Guys, if I can have your attention, we're going to go ahead and get started. It's a little after 6:30. We may have a couple folks to come in. We'd like to go ahead and get started and make sure we get everybody back home safely this evening in plenty of time. First, I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Lee Smith, Wayne County Manager, and I want to thank everybody for coming this evening. Candidates running for the Wayne County Board of Commissioners, and also our staff that are here today and a few other guests to present information to you as candidates. We've done these sessions in the past, and basically it's to give you some, and I'll go through some contact information, how you can get it with our office, and just to make sure we have a kind of a smooth transition of information over the next few months. First, I want to go through real quickly the list. I know there were some candidates who said they may not be able to be here this evening, and we understand that, and we just tried to do the best we could on scheduling. So I'm going to go from, maybe just raise your hand if you're here, starting with Commissioner at Large, Sandra McCullough. And she likes to dance, by the way. Commissioner at Large, Wayne Aycock. We have Commissioner District 1, Ray Mayo. Commissioner District 1, Jeff Pearsall. Commissioner District 1, James Beckwith. Commissioner District 2, J.D. Evans. County Commissioner District 2, Kenny Talton. County Commissioner District 3, John Bell. County Commissioner District 4, Steve King. County Commissioner District 5, Bud Gray. County Commissioner District 5, Jeff Jennings. County Commissioner District 5, Bill Pate. County Commissioner District 6, Jack Best. And County Commissioner District 6, Joe Daugherty. Great, thanks everybody for coming this evening. We handed out a book, and this is basically a synopsis or a snapshot from different departments in the county. And along with the booklet, you will find as you turn, and some of you have gone through, you will find this was a project along with the new, you'll see kind of the new logo that was developed over the last year by the staff and some folks outside in the community. It's a service directory. It was our first attempt of really trying to cover the services in Wayne County, so just kind of familiarize yourself with that. Also, then, that next page includes contact information for my office. Your contacts in my office will be Marcia Wilson, clerk to the board, myself, Lee Smith, and Cindy Whitfield. But you'll see our address, phone numbers, and questions or additional information that you need can be sent to questions@waynegov.com. We do have a request as a staff. If you have a question, if you would put that in writing to us, either by email or in writing or by fax. And what we'll be doing, the green forms that you have, if you get those filled out, those who aren't here this evening will make sure that it's completed. We're going to create a group list and send those out. If you send us a question, that answer will go out to all candidates. So we'll make sure we get those things out to you and be consistent about that. So if you can get that out, the sooner the better. We can kind of get that out appropriately. Also, just get those forms, the green forms, to Marcia, and if you've not met Marcia, she's in the back. If you get those to her or to Cindy or myself, we'll be glad to get those in for you. The presenters tonight, we're going to take this in order for the department managers. We're going to kind of move through these, and everybody should have gotten their email this morning on your order. After I'll give a real brief in a second, then there'll be Animal Control, our Animal Services Board of Elections, Cooperative Extension. I know tonight, Day Reporting Center, Teresa Barrett is out with an illness, and Keir Winters called for Sheriff's Office Detention Center. He had a previous engagement, could not make it tonight, but the information is included in the packet. Each of your presenters tonight will be speaking 2 to 3 minutes, and Marcia's keeping them on track, so we can get you out of here in plenty of time, because we have about 23 speakers. Questions and information, if you have some tonight, put those on the form, get those to us. We can get them out to everyone if you would fill those out. And with that, I'm going to real briefly just give you a synopsis of, as you'll see on that first page of our office, as I said, I'm the county manager, and part of the responsibilities as manager is to give guidance to the Board of Commissioners, maintaining relationships with some of the outside agencies, implementing the commissioners' goals, policies, advising the commissioners on financial matters, services, and other issues. Also responsible for administration of personnel, management of public funds, implementation of programs, policies, and ensuring smooth and efficient delivery services to our citizens. Next, as I mentioned, Marsha Wilson is clerk to the board and also assistant to the county manager. Marsha is responsible for maintaining permanent records of the actions of the Board of Commissioners, including historical and current official records, researching, interpreting, and analyzing various reports and activities, and ensuring the legally required board operation processes and procedures are followed. She's very good at that, keeping us, we kind of joke she keeps us out of jail between she and board, and they keep us straight. Marsha also serves on a number of committees in North Carolina as a clerk. She's recognized as one of the outstanding clerks in the state, but also does a lot of research for my office, reports, correspondence assigned, and also serves as secretary with me on the U.S. 70 Corridor Commission. Next, we have assistant to the clerk, central services supervisor, and my secretary, Cindy Whitfield. Cindy's in the back. So that's your other contact person. The position serves in three capacities. First, as secretary of my office, the position performs administrative secretarial duties in support of our office. Also includes monitoring and submitting court liaisons, leave time, sale bills, administering public budget for public affairs, marketing events, travel for the Board of Commissioners, customary inquiries, and complaints. She also oversees central services, and the central services covers a number of things, including our mail routes and those type issues. These are areas that are not covered by other departments, and she is the supervisor for the area, including what we have as a floater. This is a person that's trained in multiple areas that can work and fill in different areas within the county. She oversees that area. Then Public Affairs Marketing Manager Barbara Arnson is filming tonight. All the items that will be filmed tonight will also be placed on the website later this week. It'll be on YouTube and on the county website, so you can refer to that. If you missed something in the program tonight, you can go back and pull that up at waynegov.com. But Barbara is responsible for the county website, also Facebook, Twitter, those type things. But also as Public Affairs Marketing Manager, schedules all programs running on. As you know, a couple years ago, the county took over the governmental television station, which is WGTV, or Wayne Goldsboro Television. Original programming for the television station is created, filmed, and edited. Public Affairs Marketing also arranges interviews with media and writes and distributes press releases, films departmental training, exercises, and that type of thing. And she also works working with the Board of Commissioners and setting up strategy sessions for the board and for my office, and does a lot of research for our office. With that, I will go ahead and start the list, and the first we have tonight is Ms. Vicki Faulkner. Ask everybody if you would please come up and introduce yourself, and this was Animal Services.
Good evening, I'm Vicki Faulkner, Director of Animal Services here in Wayne County. I'm going to start a little bit on some of the services that my department is responsible for. We are, of course, responsible for enforcing any state and county laws pertaining to animals, the investigating of any animal-related complaint, it could be bites, anything to that nature, animal welfare calls, the caring for animals, of course, which are housed in the shelter once they come in, the educating the public, that's big for spay and neutering. We're trying to get out the responsible pet ownership. And after our emergencies, I have one officer that is on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It is basically for bites, injured, or aggressive animals. They don't go out and pick up just the dog that walked up into a yard every night. They only go out for the emergency calls. After the animals are impounded into the shelter, we had to start a little bit more caring for them. We started an impound vaccination program that helped to assist with the disease control into the shelter. The animal welfare, we have to take a look at them all. We have to, if they're injured, we have to take them to the vet for medical care if needed. We have 3 certified rabies vaccinators in the shelter now. We can give a 1-year rabies vaccination to any of the animals that are adopted out. That helped on getting the public safety out. The animals weren't leaving our building without being vaccinated for rabies. The hold periods for animals there, we have a 3-day owner hold. If anybody turns in an animal with no proof, we have to hold the animal 72 hours to assure that it wasn't a neighbor dispute where they turned in something saying it was their animal and then it really belonged to the neighbor. And then there's a 5-day stray hold for anything found on the street, if the neighbor comes in and says, or if somebody picks it up alongside the road, that gives the owners time to reclaim that animal from us. After that 5-day, they can go up for adoption, rescue, euthanized if nothing else at that point. I have 12 employees, 12 full-time, 1 part-time employee at the shelter. That consists of myself as the director, 1 secretary, we have a dispatcher. There is 1 chief animal control officer and 4 animal control officer 2s, 4 shelter attendants, and then of course I have the 1 part-time. He does, answers the phone, helps us clean, does anything that we need around the shelter for a couple hours every day. The department stats for 2011, the dogs impounded was 3,300 is what I impounded in 2011, that's just dogs. Cats was 3,500. Other animals impounded was 50. That can be horses, goats, chickens, anything that we picked up that was just alongside the road. Dogs adopted out for 2011 was 696. Cats was 232. And then we also have the redeemed. Those are the strays that the owner come back and they reclaim their animal. Dogs redeemed was 270. Cats redeemed was 46. That leaves me with 1,029 dogs were euthanized in 2011. So if anybody has any questions, please let me know.
Good evening. My name is Vicki Reed, and I'm Director of the Board of Elections. I know you have all met me because you filed candidacy, and you will see me again when you have to fill out reports. So please come and visit us if you have any questions. The main job of the Wayne County Board of Elections is to conduct all federal, state, and county elections. We do that so well that Session Law 177 just wrote us in to count all petitions as it comes to future annexations, and in this case, some past annexations. We have 5 full-time staff members, and we have 30 precincts in our county. During this election, we will have approximately 300 poll workers on election day. We also have 3 one-stop locations that we will be conducting starting April 19th. And at those 3 locations, we will have at least 15 poll workers per location. I want to remind everybody, if you're not registered to vote, register. And if you haven't been to the polls lately, please go out and meet some of our lovely poll workers. We also do candidate filings and campaign reporting. We try to help our candidates in any way we can. My staff member there is Gary Markham, and I know you've talked with him, and he will be able to help you with any reports. And we will let you know ahead of time when those are due. We have approximately 70,000 voters registered in Wayne County. Of those voters, approximately 34,000 are Democrats, 22,000 are Republicans, 14,000 are unaffiliated. And I don't want to forget my 131 Libertarians. We also keep our voter registrations up to date as much as possible, and we do that by constantly checking for cancellations among the other 99 counties, and also on the intranet with the state board. We go through our registrations, and every January and July we do a mailing which is called the National Change of Address, that we coordinate with the post office, and we send those mailings out if you have a different address that you reported at the post office than what we have on record for you. That runs around 900 voters per biannual mailing. Besides that, to keep our lists updated, we have a list maintenance that we have every January after an even-numbered election year, which would be January of next year. Yes, ma'am? Okay. If you have any questions for us, again, we're at the County Administration Building, and come visit us. Thank you.
My name is Kevin Johnson. I'm the Extension Director for the Wayne County Cooperative Extension. Cooperative Extension is a partnership between Wayne County, North Carolina State, and North Carolina A&T State Universities. Wayne County Cooperative Extension provides research-based programs in agriculture and natural resources, 4-H and youth development, and family and consumer sciences. Extension has been improving Wayne County citizens' lives since 1915. We support Wayne County's $763 million agricultural industry by educating farmers on the latest technologies to increase profitability, provide training in pesticides and waste management, support our local agribusinesses, provide leadership development through the Carl Best Ag Leadership Program, and promote our ag industry through the We Dig It program. Cooperative Extension also assists local citizens with horticulture programs that includes backyard food production and community gardens. Wayne County's 4-H program is one of the top programs in North Carolina and really the United States as far as that goes, reaching over 7,000 youth with an education experience. 4-H reaches kids through schools, traditional clubs, after schools, camps, and special interest groups. Research has shown that kids that participate in 4-H are more likely to succeed. Our family and consumer science programs work with nutrition and food safety, housing and energy conservation, human development and aging, and family resource management. Some of our family consumer science programs include Eat Smart, Move More, Parents as Teachers, Extension and Community Association, Leadership Development and Faith-Based Communities, and numerous programs reaching a diverse audience. Wayne County Cooperative Extension utilizes numerous volunteers to make our program successful. These volunteer groups include Master Gardeners who assist with horticulture programming, ECA who assist with family and consumer science programs, and 4-H volunteers who provide an invaluable service to our youth programming. Through educational programs, publications, and events, Wayne County Cooperative Extension delivers an unbiased, research-based information to our local citizens. Thank you.
Good evening, Joanna Helms. I'm the president of the Wayne County Development Alliance. And the Wayne County Development Alliance is the sole economic development agency for Wayne County and all 7 of the municipalities in Wayne County. Our mission statement reads, Wayne County Economic Development Alliance is the cooperative, public-private, nonprofit organization providing the lead in economic development initiatives for the advancement of Wayne County and its citizens through the creation of meaningful jobs and purposeful capital investment. Talk a little bit about our funding. We're funded 2 ways, 50% by the County of Wayne, and this covers funds for operational expenses only. This includes salary and benefits, supplies, contracted services, etc. The other 50% of our funding comes from the private sector, which is it's the Impact Wayne campaign, which is our private sector and municipal fundraising effort. And this is for extraordinary expenses only, such as marketing, product development, project assistance, etc. Tell you a little bit about our organization. We have an 11-member board of directors. 3 of those appointees are from the County of Wayne, and currently Jack Best, Ray Mayo, and Lee Smith are our county appointees. We also have 7 private sector members and 1 designee from the Impact Wayne group. Our staff, we're small. We have a staff of 4, including myself. We also have an existing industry specialist who also serves as vice president. We have an operations officer and a research and marketing specialist. Our program of work is threefold. It's basically recruitment, retention, and product development. Recruitment through a proactive marketing campaign and through networking with site location consultants, state developers, utility allies. We coordinate with national and international manufacturers, wholesalers, distributors, and customer service operations to successfully locate new companies in Wayne County. Retention through a focused and responsive existing industry program. The Development Alliance works closely with over 60 industries in Wayne County to help them expand and grow. Product development. A diverse portfolio of available buildings and sites is a community's best offense for both new and existing industry recruitment. The Development Alliance acquires property throughout Wayne County to develop new industrial sites and parks, and also constructs industrial speculative buildings as another means to offer location assistance or expansion opportunities to an industry. The summary for 2011, in the manufacturing, wholesale, and distribution sector, there were 605 new jobs created. We did have 137 jobs lost, but we had a net increase, and again, in the manufacturing, wholesale, and distribution sector of 468 new jobs. Our Impact Wayne campaign in 2011, we had 67 investors from whom we received $330,000. And I'll leave you with a quote. Economic development is a process, not a project. It takes patience, perseverance, funding, and most importantly, proactive and thoughtful leadership.
Good evening, I'm Joe Gurley, Director of Office of Emergency Services. We have 6 program areas: emergency management, fire marshal, E911 communications, EMS and net, safety and security. The first program area, emergency management, led by Mr. Mel Powers. That's to prepare for, respond to, recover from all natural and man-made disasters, including terrorism. The second program area is fire marshal, led by Mr. Brian Taylor. The role there is to assist and be a liaison for all 28 fire departments for short and long-term planning, assist rating process of Office of State Fire Marshal to help reduce the homeowners' fire insurance premiums and to educate the public on issues of fire safety, open burn laws, and others. E911 Communications, a combined effort of Brian Taylor and Mel Powers. Brian run the operational side and Mel run the technology side. We have a staff of 6 telecommunicators per shift for a total of 24 employees. Dispatch for all the county and municipal fire, law enforcement, sheriff, EMS, and after-hours obligations for the Animal Control, DSS, Red Cross, Public Works, and others. I have 8 911 emergency lines, 6 alarm lines, and 7 administrative lines, resulting in about 1,000 inbound, outbound emergency and non-emergency calls per day, with a process of about 9,500 calls for service per month. EMS is led by Mr. Blair Tindall, served by 9 paramedic units throughout the county. Each station is covered 24 hours a day, running about 1,600 calls per month, or 19,000 calls annually. 61 full-time employees, 20 part-time employees. The net is ran by Ms. Lynette Sutton, who reports to Blair Tindall. Non-emergency transport of the EMS transports nursing and rest home patients, dialysis patients for homes, residents from homes to doctor's appointments, hospital discharge, and other calls. And supports 911 most importantly for emergency calls. And then we have safety. We have a very good safety program. Safety committee is made up of representatives of each department, and they strive to make buildings safer for employees and visitors. We keep Wayne County compliant with all OSHA regulations, and in 2007 had only 47 lost work days compared to 335 in 2007. In the last program area, security, Mel Powers leads this area. Began in 2005, result of a 911 grant for security camera systems and card readers for the Jeffers building. It's now expanded to 12 facilities, with 3 facilities having metal detectors and security guards, and expanded to 115 cameras, 64 access control points, and all of this for a safe and secure environment for employees and citizens.
Good evening. I just want to welcome and thank the commissioners and all the candidates for being here tonight. I'm John Williams from Facility Services, and we'll tell you a little about what we do in the county. Basically, our work is day-to-day work orders. They probably number in the 500 plus each month throughout the county, taking care of everything from A to Z, from the bottom up to the ceiling and back again. I've got 7 technicians, basically a plumber, electrician, and heating and air conditioning fellas, and 2 carpenters that really go out and do most of the line share on the technician side. I also have 4 technicians that take care of the grounds and landscaping throughout the county, of which we have almost 200 acres, and those include the big ones. We've got down in Mount Olive and out of Park East, as well as the airport that we take care of now. You know, everything right around downtown here at the courthouse and all the grounds around downtown, the buildings we take care of. We also have a lot to do with planning and with the buildings and parking lots, et cetera, especially the capital improvement projects that we do here in the county. A lot there with the head of the department. And as far as housekeeping, we've got 11 major building complexes. We have 18 housekeepers. They do a heck of a job taking care of those, and really pleased with the work they've been doing. I also have a technician down Genoa Pumping Station. If you're not familiar, it's the two pumping stations we off on 117 South and the Old Mount Olive Highway. We take wastewater from the runway out Dudley and the Marmac area, but all the way down to the landfill site. We pump that into Goldsboro. We have one of our technicians that takes care of that. Also collect and deliver all the staff and building recycling materials, and we work closely with Win Opportunity. We have focal point, especially with my office manager, does a tremendous job with just the invoices alone with what we do, but also for all the county utilities. It's really a tremendous job, as well as helping the tax department. The responsible for all moving, pickup, damaged stuff within the stuff that's in surplus. We take care of all that, picking that up. And oversight for repairing any kind of contract we have for whether it's HVAC equipment, chillers, boilers, all those kind of things. We carry about 10 contracts with different people that come out and take care of those for us and help us out. That's all I have. If any questions, please send them in. Thank you.
Good evening. I am Pam Holwood and the Finance Director for Wayne County. The Finance Department is committed to high-quality results and operations characterized by integrity, trust, and respect. We have implemented procedures and policies that maximize accurate accounting, prompt payment of obligations, preservation of high credit ratings, management information for decision-making, timely and meaningful financial reporting, and effective financial planning. We are guided by our values and adhere to legal, ethical, and professional standards. The Finance Department consists of 6 employees charged with the role of acting as a financial consulting group for the Wayne County Board of Commissioners. The Finance Department provides information that assists the Wayne County Board of Commissioners in making policy decisions and interprets the board's direction in the financial management of the County of Wayne's resources to best work toward the implementation of the board's vision. The Finance Department is responsible for general ledger and financial reporting, accounts payable, accounts receivable, cash and investments, contracts, debt financing, grants, investments, insurance, banking services, purchasing, audit, budgeting, and internal controls. Each employee of the Finance Department possesses unique potential and accepts the responsibilities of the position. The County of Wayne operates on an annual financial year, which is distinct from the calendar year. Our fiscal year begins July 1 and ends June 30th. Wayne County is required by the North Carolina statutes to have an independent audit of its financial statements conducted by a certified public accountant on an annual basis. The Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting is the highest form of recognition in the area of governmental accounting and financial reporting. The County of Wayne has been awarded this certificate for 15 consecutive years. One of the most important functions of the Finance Department is the preparation of the annual budget. The Local Government and Fiscal Control Act requires counties to operate under an annual balanced budget ordinance. The budget officer is the official responsible for seeing that the budget is completed and presented to the Board of Commissioners on a timely basis, while the finance officer is responsible for determining that all expenditures made are authorized by the budget. The budget that is passed by the Board of Commissioners provides a basis for all fiscal policy decisions during the following year. The budget ordinance is the legal document that is adopted by the governing board and is the legal means by which taxes are levied, revenues estimated, and appropriations made. When making financial decisions, the county asks the following questions. Does it help the county in its ability to insulate itself from physical crisis? Does it enhance short-term and long-term financial credibility by helping to achieve the highest credit and bond ratings possible? Does it promote long-term financial stability by establishing clear and consistent guidelines? Does it direct attention to the total financial picture of the county rather than single-issue areas? Does it promote the county staff, the Board of Commissioners, and the county citizens a framework for measuring the fiscal impact of government services against established fiscal parameters and guidelines? Our fiscal policies guide and influence the financial management practices of Wayne County. These policies are the cornerstone of Wayne County's sound financial management.
Good evening. I'm Terry Jordan, the Director of Wayne County Public Transportation, also known as Gateway. Gateway is responsible for the public transportation to the residents and citizens of Wayne County and the City of Goldsboro. The provision of our service is accomplished through two types of service. One is our demand response, the other being our fixed route service. The demand response service is also known as our rural curb-to-curb service, and is funded primarily through state and federal grants with local match requirements that's provided by the Wayne County. The demand response service operates Monday through Friday from 4 a.m. through around 11 p.m. for our last pickups, and from 4 a.m. through 6 p.m. on Saturdays, and it is service that is throughout the entire county of Wayne. And transport passengers to and from home to the destinations throughout the county. We carry an average monthly ridership currently of about 10,000 riders per month, and our current daily ridership fluctuates from about 450 trips per day to up to a typical weekday of 600 trips per day. The primary trips are for human services purposes, with other trips going to primary dialysis and other medical appointments throughout Wayne County, and work-related or job-related trips closely follow those numbers and make up a significant portion of our daily riders. Trips for recreational type purposes or personal errands are also provided. However, due to funding restrictions, with allocations, we can only provide limited amounts of certain trips for specific reasons. One-way ridership is, or one-way fares for ridership is $5 in the city limits and $4 for residents in the county. A 48-hour reservation is required for trips on the demand response service, and those to be taken for, like I mentioned, many purposes such as work, errands, school, any activity that you decide to take a trip for. You call in and make a reservation, and our service will come pick you up at your door and take you to your destination. Gateway also provides a secondary service, as I mentioned, which is a fixed route service. This is operated through our 5 bus routes which run throughout the city limits, and these are on designated bus routes which the passengers access the service through at designated bus stops. This service is provided once again with funding from the City of Goldsboro, and like I mentioned before, there's no required reservation for this service. That is pretty much a synopsis of what Gateway offers.
Evelyn's coming up. I did want to mention for some of the folks we had earlier today, Evelyn notified us that Jim Rusin passed away earlier today. So our thoughts and our prayers are with Jim's family, and he's had a tough couple of years, but as he would say, if he were standing here today and did you just a few days ago, little Jimmy Rusin was a tough guy. So anyway, we're going to miss Jim. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Evelyn Coley, and I'm Interim Health Director. And the mission of the Health Department is to promote the health of the public of Wayne, the citizens of Wayne County, by preventing health risks and disease, identifying and reducing health risks in the community, detecting, investigating, and preventing the spread of disease, promoting healthy lifestyles, promoting a safe and healthful environment, promoting the availability and accessibility of quality health care services through the private sector, and providing quality health services when not otherwise available. We operate with a staff of 134 The scope of services provided include environmental health services. They inspect food and lodging institutions, domestic water and sewage inspections, pool inspections, and they inspect tattoo parlors. Our health support services include assessment of the community's health needs, status, and risk. We do a community health assessment every 4 years and a state of the community health report. And with those reports, various organizations use them to direct health services for the citizens of Wayne County. We do patient and community education, laboratory services, and registration of births and deaths. We have personal health clinical services that include maternal health, pregnancy care management, which is a case management program that's funded through Medicaid, family planning services, sexually transmitted disease screening and treatment, general communicable disease services, tuberculosis, immunizations. We provide state-supplied and purchased vaccines for our citizens, child health screening clinics, care coordination for children, and that's funded through Medicaid dollars also. It's a case management program. Breast and cervical cancer control program and Wise Woman program that's funded by the federal government and the state of North Carolina. Pediatric orthopedic clinic that's been going on for several years that's staffed by Duke residents. Our health service team is a nurse and a clerical staff who provide consultation to daycares about various health and safety issues. We do health promotion and risk reduction, and our Women's, Infant, and Children's program, better known as WIC, provides nutrition education for pregnant women and postpartum women and children up to the age of 5, and they issue vouchers, and these vouchers bring in about $3.5 million into the local economy. Our dental clinic is supported by revenue. Primary care is a new program, and right now we're just serving our county employees and Blue Cross Blue Shield enrollees. Disaster response and bioterrorism, we work along with emergency services, provide Red Cross shelter duty, and bioterrorism planning. And we have various sources of revenue. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Sue Guy, the Human Resources Manager. With a staff of 4, our department processes payroll and benefits for over 1,000 employees each month. We serve as custodian for the employee records, and that means 5 records for every active employee and 30 years worth of records for every employee who is a former employee. We oversee the compliance to personnel policies. We monitor for adherence to legal guidelines relative to employment, and most importantly, we're responsible for the recruitment and retention of qualified staff to serve the County of Wayne. Those are the kinds of things you'd expect from any human resources department. What makes ours a cut above is we do some extra stuff in our department. One of the things, we have an active succession plan. This supports the professional development of internal candidates. If we don't have an internal candidate for a key position, it helps us know that we need to search for that. And tonight we're meeting 6 of the participants in our succession plan who have moved up to either an interim position or a department or supervisory position. So you're meeting them tonight. We provide an annual review of job descriptions, benefits, and pay plans, and this is in support of our maintaining a 16% turnover rate when industry-wide it's at 24%. When a position does come available, we don't simply fill that position. The department manager or hiring supervisor has to justify that position. And working closely with the county manager, we look at ways that we might use technology or a change in process or a redistribution of work to maybe move that position or make it no longer necessary. And in this fashion, we've eliminated 200 positions, full and part-time, since 2003 without a single layoff. To my knowledge, Wayne County has never had a layoff. We've been able to reduce the staff through attrition. Through planned self-funding and greater internal accountabilities, employee education and wellness initiatives, Wayne County employee health care expenses are controlled to a 3 to 4% increase each year. while other county entities across the state are experiencing double-digit increases. What you don't know is a number of us are wearing pedometers today because we kicked off the Wayne County Walks program, and I changed out of my sneakers so I wouldn't embarrass the county manager in front of you. But a lot of us are running around getting our steps. This is one of our wellness initiatives. Through self-funding and greater internal accountability, stronger safety initiatives that Joe Gurley mentioned, and employee training, our workers' compensation program has saved the county over $1.3 million since it was adopted as a self-funded program in 2005. We're also very proud of our employees giving back to the community. We do have an organized volunteer program, and our employees volunteer in United Way, Red Cross, Relay for Life, Days of Caring, Meals on Wheels, and a variety of other charities. And I do want to say that while we do not produce revenue, we do partner as business partners with all the department heads, and we look for efficiencies and things we can do to save money and at the same time provide the best place possible for county employees to work.
Good evening, I'm Steve Cross. I'm the Director of Information Technology. My department supports all of the Wayne County infrastructure, the computer network, anything to do with technology portion of it, including all the hardware and the software, all the departmental systems and applications, voice over IP network, which is our phone system, and the government TV station, Channel 10. We support all the hardware for that, and Barbara does all the rest. We also support Gateway Transportation, all Wayne County law enforcement agencies, and this includes the Sheriff's Office, and we handle all the mobile data terminals for them, which are the laptops that the deputies have in their vehicles when they're looking up the license plate, stuff like that. We also support that software for all of the other police departments, like the Mount Olive Police Department, Goldsboro Police Department, Pikeville, Fremont Police Department, Walnut Creek, Wayne Community College, Wayne Memorial Hospital, Seymour Johnson Air Force Base Security Forces, and Cherry Hospital. We also support the City of Goldsboro for the television programming and the GIS data sharing and replication. We have 11 full-time employees. We support around 1,000 users in Wayne County, and that includes around 1,200 computer systems and another 375 peripherals like printers and things like that. The IT department consists of myself, one director. We have 5 systems administrators. 2 of those are primarily just handle servers. The other 3 do servers as well as desktop support. We have another 3 desktop technicians that support the county and a tax programmer. We have a very secure network. We just implemented a new program or project in Wayne County called Network Access Control. It's equipment that essentially, you've heard of firewalls. Firewalls are internal. Network Access Control kind of controls all of the access to our network from all the buildings outside of our immediate control here. And it really helps us prevent hackers from getting into the network, protects the user data, and it's a really, really secure system. Very few counties have this either. So, in the past 5 years, the IT department, we basically rebuilt our entire data center. 5 years ago, it looked like a closet. Now it's one of the top networks in North Carolina, and I've been told that many, many times over by a lot of different contractors that deal with a lot of the other counties around North Carolina. And please ask the questions through the email if you have questions about our data center, but we virtualized a lot of our servers, which means we eliminated the majority of our servers and saved around 42% return on investment when we did that. And we're in the middle of virtualizing all of our desktop computers, which is going to save a considerable amount of money as well, long term. Thank you.
Good evening. My My name is Steve Stroud. I'm Director of the Wayne County Inspection Department. At the Wayne County Inspection Department, we inspect and permit all new construction in our jurisdiction in the county. This includes residential, commercial, and industrial facilities. We also inspect any additions and renovations to these type of facilities, electrical service change-outs, air conditioning, heating system change-outs, and we also permit and inspect all mobile home setups within the county. We also inspect all the county schools that are in our jurisdiction. We have to do that twice a year, which is required by law, to ensure that there's no electrical or fire code hazards for the children. That includes making sure that all the exit lighting, exit signs are properly operating. Also making sure that all egress out of the building is not obstructed, so in case of an emergency, they can get out of the buildings. And that we have to do that twice a year. We also inspect all nursing homes, daycare centers, foster care homes. We have to do this every year. It's required for these facilities that they have to pass fire code safety issues and for these type of facilities so that they can renew their license every year. We have to do that once a year. Some of the larger projects that we're working on now, which some of you probably are familiar with, maybe it's Norwayne Middle School. They're building a new school out at Norwayne Middle School. We're inspecting all of that from the building all the way through to the fire. Also, one of the bigger projects we're working on is Progress Energy Plant out on Blackjack Church Road. We've been working on all of that now for about a year or more, and probably have another 6 to 8 months to go before they're actually completed with that project. Also doing the Sleep Inn in Mount Olive. We're also inspecting that, the hotel that's going up in Mount Olive. Even though it's not in our jurisdiction, we're doing that because of our level 3 certifications that we have in our department. The inspection department has 5 building code inspectors. We have 2 administrative assistants, and all of our inspectors are cross-trained to inspect all areas of building, electrical, mechanical, which is heating, air conditioning, gas piping, plumbing, and fire code issues. 2 of our inspectors have received a level 3 certification in all 5 of these areas, and that's something that we're pretty proud of as far as the inspection department, because since 1976, when the state made it mandatory for all inspectors to be certified, going through state mandated training and exams, there's only been 211 to accomplish this goal since 1976, and we have 2 of them now here in Wayne County. We try to work with our contractors and homeowners and make it as easy and painless as possible. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to call me at the inspection department. We'll be glad to answer any questions. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Connie Price, I'm planning director of Wayne County. I think it's good that I was following Steve because they're one of the departments that we probably work with as much as anybody, but all the other departments in the county, I think, work together. That's one thing that probably has not been mentioned tonight. We sort of sometimes get in our own chimney or stack and don't focus on how we interrelate. But the planning department serves Wayne County citizens by promoting orderly development and redevelopment of property. This is accomplished through the enforcement of various ordinances throughout the county. Some of those that we deal with are the subdivision ordinance, which deals with the division of land for dwellings, mobile home park ordinance when somebody's wanting to develop a park, zoning for controlling land use, billboards, junkyards, stormwater ordinances dealing with runoff, stormwater runoff, flow ordinance tries to control or protect future dwellings from the advent of flood. One of the things that the commissioners will do is they make appointments to the planning board throughout the county. We have a 7-member board that provides recommendations to the commissioners on land use issues. And you'll also be asked to make appointments to the planning boards for the various jurisdictions in their extraterritorial areas. One of our goals in the county is to remove dilapidated dwellings. So we work down that as we don't have a dilapidated dwelling ordinance, but we try to work with the owners as best we can to get rid of those dwellings. In your handout, you saw a chart there dealing with mobile home park inspections, and that's something we started a few years ago. At the time we first started doing it in 2003, we had about 170 parks in the county. Only 38 of those at that time were in compliance with our ordinance. They had been in compliance and they had fallen out over the years. Since we've been doing those inspections on a yearly basis, we've got it up now to where over 60% of the parks are in compliance, and we continue to work on those throughout the county. The other side of our department is GIS, and we've developed that over the past few years and have one of the best, I think, GIS departments in the state. We've worked with other departments. We've worked with assigning addresses for any new construction that comes along. We've worked with developing street center lines that are both important for elections, that are important for 911 dispatch, and important for people just when they have a GPS system trying to find out where people live. Those information originates with our department. If you have any questions, please give me a call.
Good evening, I'm Donna Phillips, Director of Wayne County Public Library. The library's mission is to provide our community with information, materials, and services that support learning and the workplace, promote an appreciation of our history and diverse cultures, and offer community members the opportunity to meet and interact with others in the community. And in addition to traditional library services, our library reaches out into the community and brings the library to those who can no longer come into the library themselves. So through our outreach programs, such as our Book Buddy program, where we use volunteers to deliver books to shut-ins in our community, to the Early Literacy program, where we deliver early literacy programming to children who have been identified as at risk. And recently, we joined in partnership with the Goldsboro Parks and Recreation Department to provide team programming at the Parks and Recreation Center on Friday night, so our youth in this community have a constructive place to go and constructive activities to participate in on Friday night. In addition to that, I think if you come to the library today, you will find that more and more citizens are using the computers and electronic resources that the public library offers to search for jobs, prepare or update their resume, and apply for jobs. And it is a good day to indeed, as 2 weeks ago I had a phone call from a citizen in our community who called to say thank you so very much for the help he received at the public library, because he had indeed searched for a job, prepared his resume, applied, and received a job, and he was calling to tell us thank you. That's a good day indeed, and that's what your public library does in this community. We're a new department of the county, fairly new. We became a county department July 1, 2010, and we have an advisory board that consists of 7 trustees and 1 ex officio member. And our library is organized into 4 major departments: the Children's Department, the Reference Department, Children's Services, Circulation, and Technical Services. And when you look at last year's statistics, you'll see that over 66% of the population in Wayne County has a library card. I'd like that to be 100%, but we're working on it. And our library was visited over 614,000 times by citizens in our community. We are supported by the county in funding and also receive state aid. Our library has locations in Goldsboro, Mount Olive, Fremont, and Pikeville. And in 2005, a consultant was hired to conduct a strategic plan for library facilities, and as a result of that, right now, we have just completed the design phase of the Steele Memorial Library project, and we're really excited about that, hoping to go to bid sometime maybe in May, late May, as soon as we can. The Steele Memorial Library will provide 22,259 square feet. And that, I was with the Steele Memorial Friends of the Library at their meeting today, and they are some excited folks in Mount Olive. Down the road, that project calls for a North Regional Public Library and a future expansion of the Goldsboro Library, which serves the Central Service area. And planning for the future, I applied and hope to receive a Library Services and Technology Act grant that will allow us to do strategic planning in the next year. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Judy Harrison. I'm Assistant Register of Deeds here in Wayne County. Lois Morris, our registrar, she had a prior commitment tonight. She wanted to send her apologies that she couldn't make it to the meeting. The duties of the Register of Deeds office is to record, maintain, and make available to the general public real estate documents on file in our office. We also issue marriage license, birth, death, and marriage certificates, and we administer notary oaths. The records of military service are also recorded in our office. The staff is in charge of preserving all records that we have on file. The Register of Deeds is required by law to fulfill all of these duties and much more. We never know what the next customer is going to need. The registrar has to attend workshops and continuing education classes on a regular basis. In order for the Register of Deeds to run smoothly, you have to keep up with the laws that govern that office. You must be proactive and be able to anticipate and gauge things like how many books and shelves you will need for future filings. Everything has to be cataloged and indexed properly. You can't just throw documents in a pile. They're to last forever, and we really have to be careful with them. You have to be vigilant at all times in the material needs for the office as well as for the staff. And there has to be a backup plan for everything, and we have to know where to obtain backup copies from different agencies. If you come into our office, you might see us scanning documents, recording from the counter. It's just a very detailed process that we have to cover in the office. The Wayne County Register of Deeds is the last person that proofreads our documents before they go out, and they all are checked before they go out to the public. Recent enhancements in our office include imaging of maps in the office. We're doing that ourselves now, which saves the county quite a lot of money, and it's much more efficient for the county and for our office and the public. The Register of Deeds began accepting credit and debit cards in August of 2010, and the website has been enhanced to include a variety of forms such as birth and death requests, assumed name forms, application for marriage license, and you can also download notary applications on the site. The office now participates in a statewide issuance program, and in this program the office supplies birth certificates to individuals who might come into the office from another county, and we do this by contacting the State Vital Records, and we have to pay the State Vital Records $14 for the use of that ability from them. But it's a great service for the people that come in because it could save them a trip of 100 miles or more. And if you have any questions, if we can help you in any way, just let us know. Come on into the office and we'll be happy to give you a tour. Thank you so much.
Good evening. I'm Erin McAuliffe. I'm the Director of Wayne County Services on Aging, and I'm very happy to tell you we are going to have a new home. Currently, we're located on 100 South John Street in downtown Goldsboro, but in August of this year, the plan is for us to move into what used to be the Sportsman's World building on 2001 Ash Street. That renovation project is a design-build project with Daniels & Daniels as the contractors and Dunn & Dalton as the architects. Wayne County Services on Aging receives quite a bit of state and federal funding that funnels down through the Older Americans Act to the Eastern Carolina Council Area Agency on Aging. They then make the allocation to the 10-county region. Last year, Services on Aging received about $500,000 in grant money. So I'd like to say we're a good bargain for y'all. And a lot of our programs and services are aimed at keeping seniors healthy and at home, which saves tax dollars in the end. The Senior Center is one of our programs, and I'm proud to say that we are a Senior Center of Excellence, and that is a designation by the state of North Carolina that our programs and services are at the very highest level. On a typical day at the Senior Center, we'll have 75 to 100 seniors come in, but for our big events, our Christmas party, we had 160, and a health fair recently, we had 210 seniors that came. We serve a hot lunch 5 days a week, and that is through wages. We have classes through Wayne Community College. We also have a lot of other group activities and drop-in activities that Marcia would be signaling me to stop if I tried to give you the list. We have a full-time social worker, and she is the only social worker in Eastern Carolina certified by NC AIRS. and that is a certified information and referral specialist. Nancy gets about 100 to 200 calls a month for people that need assistance and help. We offer transportation through the Gateway Transit System for homebound seniors. We give them rides to dialysis, to the doctor's appointments, to the senior center, to Walmart, and we coordinate over 1,000 rides each month. We have a group respite program, and that is for people with caregivers of those with Alzheimer's and memory loss. And the idea of the program is the person with the memory loss comes to the senior center for the day. We take care of them. They're able to participate in all the programs with supervision. The caregiver gets to go home and take a break or go to work or do whatever it is they need to do. We have an in-home aid program. We send certified nursing assistants out to the houses of homebound elders, and we provide personal care and housekeeping services with the goal of keeping them at home as long as possible. We do a lot of health promotion programs. We have screenings at the center. We have education programs. We do health fairs. We're involved in senior games, and we have quarterly dances. Some of our other programs are a loaner closet for durable medical equipment. We have the Senior Health Insurance Information Program, which is a non-biased counselors who give Medicare beneficiaries information and advice. And one last thing, we're on Facebook, and please friend us. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Deborah Jones. I'm the Director for the Department of Social Services. The primary mission of the Department of Social Services is to assist the needy and the poor in Wayne County. We accomplish this through the efforts of 200 employees. We are the largest agency in the county, and our budget this fiscal year is almost $20 million. However, the good news is the county share of this is only $6.5 million. Most of our funding comes from federal programs and the state of North Carolina. We're housed in 3 buildings in the county, and our services are divided into 3 major areas. Food and nutrition, which is the old food stamp program. We currently serve 15,000 individuals in the county. The value of the stamps that they receive is just over $3 million monthly. That is spent, for the most part, here in Wayne County at local merchants. Medicaid provides medical assistance to families and the elderly. We help people stay in nursing homes. The number of citizens receiving in Wayne County, receiving Medicaid, is 266,000. Temporary assistance to needy families, which is the old welfare program, serves only just over 1,000 families. The largest amount they receive is just over $200 a month. Social services is not the old welfare program that it used to be. We provide daycare assistance to the working poor. We currently serve almost 1,200 children in quality daycare programs. We provide Medicaid transportation services through Gateway. They do an excellent job for us. Program Integrity is the program that's responsible for assuring that those who've received some assistance from us truly were supposed to get it. This unit consists of 3 employees, and last year they brought in over $100,000 from people who received benefits they shouldn't have received. We administer the Crisis Intervention Program, which provides heating and cooling assistance for those in need. This year, we provided just over $700,000 worth in assistance for people to keep their houses livable. Anyone who receives Medicaid or food and nutrition from us also qualifies for a free fishing license waiver. Last year, we issued almost 500 waivers. This may seem frivolous, but the point behind this is to ensure that folks can feed their families. They can go fishing, provide food. We provide child protective services and adult protective services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have 82 children in foster care and 17 foster homes in the county. Last year, we adopted 21 children and gave them permanent homes. Adult protective services has increased 25% over the last 2 years. Adult guardianship cases has increased 38%. This is due in part to the aging of our community, and it's also due to the poor economic situation. There's a saying in social services, when the government doesn't know who else to give an assignment to, they will assign it to social services. We're a mandated voter registration site. We registered almost 7,000 individuals last year. And lastly, we dispose of unclaimed deceased bodies. This fiscal year, we've dealt with 3 bodies that were unclaimed by their family members. If you have any other questions, we'll be free to answer those.
Hello, I'm Patty Gabriel. I'm representing the Department of Soil and Water Conservation. Charlotte Jenkins sends her regrets. She was ill this afternoon and was unable to attend this meeting. The Department of Soil and Water Conservation, our primary focus is protecting our soil and water resources here in Wayne County. Our number one clientele that we work with are the agricultural community in the county. We service the farmers in the county. We're small, but we feel like we're a mighty department. We have 4 individuals that are employed by the county of Wayne. Plus, we have our partnership that we have with the Natural Resources Conservation Service, which is our federal partner, and also we partner with the Division of Soil and Water, and also with our soil and water supervisors, which are local individuals in the county that provide direction for our soil and water department. The department that we do, like I said, we're predominantly work with agriculture. 90% of Wayne County drains into the Neuse River, and the Neuse River is nutrient sensitive. So we work an awful lot with our farming community on installing best management practices in the county. Best management practices are a whole variety of different types. Predominantly engineering, but they can be agronomic type practices that will improve the water quality within the county. And this county is such a strong agricultural county in that we have a lot of animal operations in addition to a lot of row crops. So there's a lot of potential, a lot of work that we have that we do with our agricultural partners in the county. We are very aggressive in getting as much state and federal cost share dollars as we can on assisting our farmers, and we're proud that we have gotten several $1 million in direct cost share assistance to improve water quality with direct assistance in installing our best management practices. Our office is also very strong in natural resources in the sense that we're experts in soil resources, so we have a lot of questions from our farmers and also non-farmers about what kind of soils are present in their on the land that they're interested in, and we can inform them a whole variety of different, about the soil and different uses of the soil in the county. Also, we have an education program that we work with youth and informing them on the different value of their soil and water resources, that type of thing. And we participate in encouraging FFA and speech contest and poster contest, and we also have participation in envirothons that students are involved in to get them aware of their soil and water resources. We're located in the Wayne Center, which is in room 105, which is in the lower level of the Wayne Center. So anytime you are in the area, please stop in and we will be glad to answer any of your questions. Thank you very much.
Good evening. My name's Tim Rogers. I'm the Wayne County Solid Waste Director. Wayne County's landfill is located, if you don't know, it's located at 460B South Landfill Road in Dudley. We've been in that location since 1974. We operated as an unlined landfill until 1998. The state mandated in '89 that by January of 1998, if a facility was to stay open, they would have to have a line sale for their MSW, or municipal solid waste. Wayne County made a decision to stay in the landfill business, and they decided to build a line landfill. The landfill was designed and permitted to be built in 3 phases. We are currently in the process of building the 3rd phase now, and it should be complete June of this year. Each phase is 22 acres. We call each phase a sale, and that's actually a synthetic liner over that whole 22 acres and a drainage system to pull any liquids that are that get through the garbage, the rainwater and such. It has to be treated, and that's sent to the treatment plant in Goldsboro, and it's treated. They did this obviously to stop any kind of groundwater contamination. We are, like I said, we've got permitted for 3 acres for 3 sales, and they're in the process of doing the 3rd sale now. We started in our first sale in January of 1998, and each sale was initially thought it would last the county 5 years. We stayed in our first sale. We actually were able to make that sale last for 6.5 years. Our second sale, we moved in June of 2004, and we've been in 8 years. This is due to our compaction rate, which is very good, and our recycling programs we have that are getting some recyclables as far as cardboard and that type of thing out of the landfill and recycling those. What this equates to is we've got 3 sales worth of trash in 2. So that saved us about $4.5 million if you look at it, what an average sale costs, which is about $4.5 million. So we're really proud of that. I think for a landfill our size, we do a really good job with the group of people we have because we're doing it with a lot less people and equipment than most landfill our size. Landfill our size, I'm saying about 450 tons a day. That's what we take in. We do it with a really lean crew. But they work very hard and make sure that we do a good job as far as placing it in and compacting it as well as we can. This also helps us our tipping fees stay low. We're at $30 a ton. Last I checked, that was the lowest in the state. So I'm really proud of that. We also operate a C&D landfill at our site. This is where we take all our construction and demolition debris. This keeps it out of our line landfill. It also helps that last as well. We have 13 convenience centers throughout the county where we take citizens' garbage and recyclables. We haul all that waste into recyclables ourselves. We have trucks that do that. One of the projects we're really proud of is our gas to energy project. We started out beginning of the year with that project, and what it is, we're taking the landfill gas that we were flaring off or just burning from about 98 to about 2010. We just burned it off. But a company we partnered up with, Methane Power, which specializes in these projects. Put 3 generators on site, and we should, when all 3 of them are running, we will be producing 3 megawatts of electricity, which will power about 1,900 homes. So we're really proud of that project. It's about a $7 million project, and the county doesn't have anything invested in it. They've done all that themselves, and we'll end up with about 3.5% of the revenue. So it's a win-win for Wayne County. If anybody has any questions or wants to take a tour, if you come out, we'll be glad to show all that to you. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm David Ward with the Wayne County Tax Department, and we basically list, assess, bill, and collect the taxes for Wayne County. Most of our deadlines and programs are mandated by state law. We actually collect on our annual bills for 6 of our 7 municipalities, which are Goldsboro, Mount Olive, Fremont, Eureka, Pikeman, and 7 Springs. And under licensed motor vehicles, we collect for all 7 municipalities, which is by statute. Our department is divided into different sections. We have real property appraisal and mapping. We have approximately 64,500 parcels of real estate. Transfer approximately 3,500 deeds per year. We're on a permanent listing system for real property, real estate, which means you list any changes or improvements you've made to your property. Our appraisers actually go out and list all new construction, price land splits, new subdivisions, etc. Our personal, individual personal and business personal property section, they list and assess personal property such as mobile homes, boats and motors, aircraft, unlicensed vehicles. The business personal property portion of that, they list machinery and equipment, computers, furniture, farm equipment, poultry and hoghouse equipment, etc. The listing period is the month of January. It's when you're required to come in and list. Business listing can request an extension to that. There is a late listing penalty of 10% of the tax amount due if you fail to list timely. Registered motor vehicles, we receive a file each month, all 100 counties do, from DMV. We process and bill 8,000 to 10,000 vehicles monthly. You have about 30 days from the due date to pay before interest begins accruing on those bills. If they're not paid within 4 months of the due date, your tags will be blocked, so you can't renew your tags until you do come pay us. Our collection, our annual bills, we usually mail them in August. They're due September 1, and you have until the following January 5th to pay them before any interest starts accruing. We accept cash, checks, money orders in the office. We have credit card payments that can be made by phone or over the internet. Our delinquent collections, our annual bills, are about 87% of those bills are paid before they become delinquent. Vehicles are a little different story. Only about 67% of those are paid before they become delinquent. The law allows for us to, in our enforced collection remedies, we can garnish wages, we can attach bank accounts, rent levies, state income tax refunds, and our last remedy becomes foreclosure of property. Revaluation, process of revaluing property to market value as of our reval date year. We're currently on an 8-year schedule. Our last one was last year, 2011, and our next one is due 2019. It's about a 2-year process. If you have any questions we can answer, please contact us.
The Wayne County Veteran Service Office consists of 2 staff members, myself, which also acts as the county service officer, along with the agency director, and the assistant service officer, Ms. Dottie Garris. There's an estimated 13,000 veterans in Wayne County. That's making us the 5th largest county in North Carolina for veterans. The county service officer acts as liaison between the local veteran, widow, and dependent, and multiple departments within the Veterans Administration. I assist the veterans with information advising them on what benefits are available, their availability to those benefits, and how to apply. I act as point of contact for the VA to inform the veterans of information needed in order to complete their claims. I also assist the local funeral homes in providing information for the veterans for military services. My structure is a little bit different in that we are governed by the policies and regulations of Wayne County. We're also funded by Wayne County, although we're trained by the state agency of the North Carolina Division of Veterans Affairs. And all paperwork is submitted to the regional office in Winston-Salem. The federal agency of the VA makes all decisions concerning benefits. Within the VA, there are 3 separate programs: healthcare, benefits, and cemetery services. Some of the most common benefits applied for within our office are, of course, the VA medical, which we're expected to open a new community-based outpatient clinic here in Wayne County the spring of this year. Service-connected disability for those veterans who experience an illness or injury while serving on active duty. A non-service-connected pension for those 65 or older, or those who have been deemed disabled by another agency not dealing with their military service. The VA also provides education services for both the veteran and dependents. For the dependents or the widows, the VA has 2 programs: death pension and dependent indemnity compensation, or DIC, which is paid directly to the surviving spouse or dependent age child. The state of North Carolina provides a number of benefits for the veterans. They have the free handicap license plates for the veterans who are deemed 100% disabled, the property tax exclusion, a lifetime hunting and fishing license, and the North Carolina scholarship for the children of wartime veterans. As an agency, we don't directly create revenue, but we do assist in generating revenue for the veterans of this county in hopes that the majority of the revenue will be spent in Wayne County. If you have any questions, please contact.
Good evening again. The Wayne Executive Jetport is located north of Goldsboro in the Belfast community at 240 Aviation Road, Pikeville, North Carolina. It's led by Mr. Doug Lancaster, the FBO manager. Wayne County began full operational duties of the Jetport in August 2009. The Jetport operates 7 days a week. 2 days that were closed were Thanksgiving and Christmas. We try to follow the operational times of the Eastern Daylight Savings Time. So April 1st through October 31st is 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and November 1st through March 31st is 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. We have 52 leased hangars. They range from small aircraft such as a RV-7 experimental to SIG Citation XLS jet, which is for business trips and charter trips. And we also, in addition, have the sheriff's helicopter. We have revenue streams of federal and state grants, hangar leases, and fuel sales. Our fuel sales last year on a monthly average for jet fuel was 6,640 gallons, and our avgas averages was 3,000 gallons per month. In December 2010, our runway taxiway resurfacing project was completed, and we're waiting now our final inspection of the runway taxiway LED lighting project. And both of these were huge grants that Wayne County received, and it's great for Jetport and great for Wayne County as well. The Wayne Executive Jetport is very proud of Wing Safety Day. It's an annual event, partnership of DOT Aviation and FAA for safety top for all the kind of pilots. And Wayne County has hosted this for the past 11 years, with the 12th coming in November. We're in the infant stages at the Jetport, with changes and enhancements still to come. And the last thing I'd like to impress on you is, well, first is, if you have never been out there, please go. If you haven't been in the past 6 months, a year, please go. But this Jetport plays a vital role, and it's a necessary tool for business and economic recruitment retention for Wayne County. So please go out and look at it, try to promote it, and get everyone out as soon as you can. Thank you.
Thanks to all the presenters. I know like I said, we had a couple that were not able to be here tonight, but I'd ask real quick if all the staff would raise your hand just a minute, all staff. Okay, and all folks turn around and look. Those are the people, along with another 973, that touch the lives of 122,000 plus people every single day. I find it very fortunate. You know, my background was started in, I tell everybody, in maybe RFD, but we started planning and inspections. Steve's like, I don't know if I want to move over inspections, but you start over in those areas, and economic development, Joanna, to emergency management and staffing, Evelyn, the Red Cross shelters. I think the only place I did work the county of the tax office one time many years ago, and I'm not doing that again. But these folks do a good job. You have a group of professionals that I think you can be proud of. They do a good job. But when I lay in bed at night and I hear a siren off in the distance, and it's fire or it's rescue or it's police, it's sheriff's office, I know they're out there, or animal control is going after a bite, or Debbie has somebody going out because the child's been hurt in the night. Sheriff's office has been called, or the police department, to go pick up a child to remove it from its family. Or a sheriff's deputy who's going into a meth house in the middle of the night. These folks put their life on the line, from the child support agents to sheriff's office to folks who are working at the airport to running the gateway bus to HR. I mean, they do that to touch 122,000 people, and I'm very proud of those folks. They do a great job. And I know this took a little time tonight. We thought it was important. This was a brief synopsis. If you go to wingov.com, you can look at all the departments you saw tonight. But also, and for housekeeping, if you have not completed your green form, Marsha's going to stop you at the door to make sure you get your contact information. We'll make sure, I know we have candidates who cannot be here tonight, we'll make sure we'll get that group list out. If you have questions, please email us to questions@wingov.com or fax us or call the office. Prefer them in writing, that way we know what the question is and we can stay in contact with you over the next several months. Get the information out when the question comes in. Any information disseminated goes to all candidates with no exception. We appreciate you coming tonight, appreciate you listening to us, and look forward to a successful year, and appreciate the opportunity tonight. Thank you very much. Thanks.